Alright guys, so this video is going to talk about how to find the mode of a data set. So real quickly, the mode of a data set is when you have a set of numbers, like they do right here, and you're trying to find the number that occurs the most. Okay, so there's a couple of ways to do it, so let's just start with reading the question. So it says the following list gives the number of public libraries in each of 8 cities. Find the modes of this data set. If there is more than one mode, write them separated by commas. If there is no mode, tap on no mode. So to do this, we're just going to go and I'm going to just look at the numbers. So it says 8, 11, 7, 7, 8, 10, 7, and 8. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to make a little list, a little graph. You don't have to do it this way, but this is just a really good way to see it. So we have the number 7, 8, 10, and 11. I don't think I missed one. I might have, but we'll go back and we'll see. Okay, and I'm just going to write in how many times that number occurs. So if I start with 8, I'm going to highlight them in yellow. I'm going to say 8, 8, 8. So altogether that is 3. So I'm going to write in 3. And then I'm going to go in with a different color for 11. I'm going to say, okay, well, I have 1 11. I don't have any more, so I'm just going to write in 1. And then I'm going to go back in with another color. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put in 3 there. And then for my last color, I'll do blue. And I have 1, 10. So I've gone through and I've marked all my stuff. You certainly don't have to do it this way, but it is an option. So when you go through it, you can say, okay, well, which number occurs the most? Well, 10 and 11 occur twice, and 7 and 8 occur 3 times. So when I look at this, I have 2 sets of numbers that occur the same amount of times. So I'm just going to say, okay, which one occurs most? Well, I know it's not 10 and 11, so I'm not even going to worry about that because 7 and 8 occur more than that. So for this question, I have 2 modes. So I would put 7, 8. Make sure you don't forget the comma because if you put 78, you're like, oh, there's a 78. They're going to be like, oh, that's 78, not 7 and 8. So make sure you don't do that. Okay, so this would be your answer for this question. Okay, now it's not always going to be 2 modes, and it's not always going to be, the number isn't always going to be 3. In a question that I was looking at earlier, it was 3 digits that showed up like 4 times. It was a bigger data set, but there's going to be a lot of times where there's lots of numbers that you're going to have to sift through. And don't just look at it and say, oh, well, it looks like there's more 8s, because I did one and I was like, oh, the number is going to be this, and I took the time to actually look at the data set. And I missed a couple of numbers that I didn't realize there were multiple modes. So make sure you're taking the time to really look through and count to see how many are there of each one. So there's a couple of options for the answers that you can have. So it sort of talks about them. So you can have no mode. So no mode would be like if you have a data set in 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, right? Each number occurs equally. So that would be no mode, okay? One mode would be like 7, 7, 8, 9, right? 7 and 7 occur twice. Nothing else occurs more than that, so it's just 7. And multiple modes is like the one that we just did, where multiple numbers pop up for a certain amount of time. So hopefully this is helpful. Make sure that you know that you can take your time to do this. I would suggest that if you're having a hard time, that you either make a list like I did, or take one of those dry erase sheets and put it up to your screen and just mark them off and make a list to the side. That way you don't get your screen all dirty. But you can also just put it right up there on the question. If you guys have any questions or need another example, let me know and I will help you.